What gets you through a tough day? Hey, welcome back. Kevin here. Welcome to my series, Freestyle Fire Journal. If you are a person that struggles with journaling on a consistent basis, or you don't want to do it by yourself, no worries, I got you. Every single day, I read a prompt from this journal, one question a day, and you can pick up your copy at refugeehustle.com/journal. And you can follow me along with this. But basically, I read a question, shoot straight from the dome. None of this content is planned other than this intro that I'm shooting for y'all right now. And if you can't pick up the journal, no worries. What you can do is just comment below. What I really want to do with this series is to encourage more people and make it easier for people to journal as well. So if you can't write out a journal, feel free to comment below. So there's so much benefit of taking like 10 seconds of your day just to be intentional and just to write some stuff down that, you know, gets the creative mind going and whatnot. And so I find this really helpful. Sounds like based off the few videos, you guys really like the series, and plus it's a chance for you guys to get to know me and for me to get to know you guys, because I tend to respond to these quite a bit. So I'm going to be in the comments, hearting, liking, and if you know anyone that does need help journaling, feel free to shoot them this video as well. And before we start, we gotta do a shameless plug. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you can stay tuned for every daily episode of the Freestyle Fire Journal as well. So make sure to do that. And let's dive into it. So today is August 4th, and the question prompt is, what gets you through a tough day? Now, this is pretty interesting because right now I'm going through some tough times at the moment, right? Not only are we dealing with like quarantine, everybody's dealing with that, but more recently, I've actually had to come back to Boston, and it wasn't for really great reasons, honestly. And I can talk about it now because everything's kind of over at the moment. But basically what happened was that my mom essentially had a brain tumor, and I had to fly back. And it brought back a lot of memories of my father too. So I was dealing with that, and like literally, I bought a one-way trip over here just to take care of any of the affairs. We had to set up like a will end of life. So if you see any videos coming up more recently on end of life planning or anything like that, that's what's been on my mind. Also, from a financial point of view, honestly, it's been really tough. I lost one of my partners for closing recently, so it's been a lot more difficult transitioning off, finding a new partner and all that. And I was really, you know, sometimes that's life, that's business, right? People just move on in their lives and things don't go the way that you wanted it to. And for me, I was really just depending on him as well. But, you know, it's all good. We're still friends to this day and stuff. But I've been having to transition more and more. And it's been a real transition to going back to looking for a good closing partner as well. And for myself, being a little bit more independent and just closing my own deals as well, and just transitioning back into that as well. So that's kind of my life. I mean, my income has recently been all up and down, but one good thing, actually this YouTube channel as of today, or as of a few months ago, is probably only making about 200 or 100 bucks per month through AdSense. Well, right now I've broke the 600 mark, so I'm really happy about that, guys. And it's thanks to you guys that are watching this. But as you can imagine, I'm going through a lot of shit. And typically, pre-quarantine life, what I used to do a lot is get massages. I used to go to jiu-jitsu all the time, so I had like a physical outlet. And I used to do acupuncture. And, you know, those things were really great. They definitely made me feel a lot more restored, but I think nothing beats just getting a good night's of rest and just like taking some time off. And been listening to a lot of Charles Poliquin recently, and he talks about, you know, a lot of us, especially in Western society, we focus on the flame, like how much we can light shit on fire, hustle mentality, hustle, grind, all that sort of stuff. But we never, in order to have a big flame, you have to be able to fill the oil. And it's kind of that restorative aspect, which I've been doing a lot more. And some of the things that I've been using more recently is like not only the one question a day journal that I showed you, but more recently I've been using this 5-minute journal, and it just reminds me of staying grateful and some of the things like meditating. It's so hard. Actually, you know what's been really interesting? It's been really, really hard for me, definitely in this, like with everything I'm going, just to meditate, just to sit down and fucking relax, because my mind is always racing, and I literally have to force myself to just sit down, turn off my phone. I literally want to get a box to just throw my phone in, because I always get notifications all the time. But just sitting there and just breathing in and out, and it's something so simple, but every single time I do it, I feel so relaxed. I feel the same thing when I do meditation or hypnotherapy sessions as well. That's been really good. More recently as well, I actually hired I brought on a therapist, you know, just to help me with my personal life, because I never got therapy for the first 30 years. I feel like there's certain things that are kind of holding me back in terms of confidence, turning it on, feeling validated, and feeling confident with a lot of doing new things as well. And I've just gone through a lot of PTSD. Well, I don't want to call it PTSD, but I've gone through a lot of shit in my life that I've never talked about, because as you guys know, I'm a very open person, but talking about it is one thing, but also getting professional help is another thing too. So we're going to see how that works. And probably another thing that's been very therapeutic for me through a tough day more recently is just having good friends, right? That I can always call, just talk to as well. I mean, some of my friends, like my friend Matt and Tom, we always talk like almost every single night. They're my core group of friends, and that I talk to every single night about certain things. We can talk about business, we can talk about relationships, we can talk about the 3 pillars like health, wealth, and relationships. And I think those are 3 core pillars in my life that I need to kind of make sure to prioritize in all that, right? And especially the one I neglect the most is not relationship with others, health, sometimes with my diet, which I've been really good at for the last 3 weeks, by the way. But really the major one that's missing is my relationship with myself, you know, and just making sure that I'm giving myself everything I need to do all the great things that I want to as well. And like I was talking about earlier, jiu-jitsu is really, really great, where it forces me to get out this aggression. I'm constantly learning, tweaking, optimizing, but that takes a lot out of me. So the number one thing I think of everything that has gotten through me tough times is just knowing that any sort of pain or discomfort I'm going through is temporary. It's part of life, but there's always good and ups and downs throughout life. And just right now, I feel like I'm taking a huge L. And also the second thing is really knowing that, you know, this is part of the journey for long-term mastery. If there's one thing that I talk about a lot, or the theme on my channel, is this concept of rewiring success. Rewiring success so that you can optimize for this concept of called Kaizen, right? And Kaizen is what it is. It's this Japanese philosophy of continuous improvement. So that's why I like things like sales, martial arts, all these sorts of things. And I know everything that I'm going through right now is just temporary, right? It's building up these stories where I can share with you guys and drop more knowledge to you guys and just share that experience that I'm going through, because I guarantee I'm not the only one going through this shit right now. One day I'm going to lose my mom as well, and I'm going to go through tough times, and I'm going to share about it on this channel. And that's something I really, really do believe in, constantly sharing things on this channel as well. But anyways, I would say the most helpful thing for me in terms of exercise is just really just shutting the fuck up and just lying on this bed and just really just taking time off. And literally this week, since my mom's going through a surgery and all that, I blocked everything off. I took the whole freaking week off, and it made me really uncomfortable, because I was like, Kevin, you could really use the money right now. But I'm like, it doesn't matter. If I needed money, could I get that money? Absolutely. You know, it's not a big deal. What I need to take care of, first thing I need to take care of is myself, and prioritize myself for once rather than other people's dreams. So this week I've been resting a lot, sleeping a lot. I'm about to see my acupuncturist in about like an hour or two or so. So it should be really great. But yeah, I just want to share that with you guys, and that's how I get through a tough day. I'm not that different from a lot of other people, but you know, really, I would say having the relationship part is the most important thing. Having people you can go to for each pillar of your life, even personal life, business life. All my newer friends, they're all in business, and we all get along with each other on a personal level too. So that's what's been happening in my life as well. So that's my answer. And also making sure that your personal relationship with yourself is there too, because that's, out of all the relationships, that's the most important one, because that fuels everything else in your life. If you don't have a good relationship, you're just going to want to commit like either creative or physical seppuku. And if you're not around, if you're not coming from a place of abundance, then you can't, it's hard to maintain relationships. It's hard to maintain your health. It's hard to maintain your finances as well. So those are just my thoughts. So I want to throw the question back to you, how do you guys, or what gets you through a tough day? I'd love to kind of hear, and make sure to drop your comments below. I'd love to hear your responses. And as always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on the daily fire. Oh shit, I fucked up my outro. I'll see you guys next time on my Freestyle Fire Journal. Wow, that was hard. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.